Okay guys, so this is the assignment brief for DIGI0100. Now for this particular assignment, we are going to be working with co-working spaces, right? Now previously we had worked on an assignment based on location, let's say Mumbai and the co-working culture in Mumbai. But out here what we are going to do is we are primarily going to talk about specific co-working places and co-working offices that are providing such services to us. Okay. Now, if you check the mail, a certain structure has been provided. Okay. Now, this is the fundamental framework which we have to follow, and based on this, the content has to be composed. Okay. First thing which is going to be there in the write-up is overview of the particular co-working space which you are working with, which would be roughly around 75 words. In this section, we are going to talk about the design, furniture, ambience, work culture, etc. of the co-working space. We have to provide the address of the co-working space as well in this particular starting introductory paragraph. Okay. Now then we move on to the capacity. Okay. Talk about the capacity of the co-working space. How many meeting rooms are there? How many personal offices are there? Talk about the capacity, the number of employees the branch can accommodate. Okay. The additional amenities the office is offering. Okay. Maybe let's say free Wi-Fi, free parking, etc. You can add in this section. Okay. Connectivity to this co-working space. Talk about the connectivity of the locality in general. Okay. The nearest metro stations. Okay. This is very important. If there are any nearby metro stations, we have to name the metro stations. If you are from Delhi, you will know that there are specific metro stations that operate on line basis, different color lines. So there can be blue line, red line, green line, yellow line. If that information is available based on lines, please provide that as well. Okay, in brackets. And if no information about the line specific about a particular metro station is provided, then no need to add that. But nearest metro stations you can add here, or railway stations as well. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware about the difference between railway stations and metro stations. So please try to provide at least 2 to 3 names of nearest metro and railway stations. Okay. Nearest bus stops from the co-working branch. Okay. Maybe 2 bus stops you can talk about which are nearest to the co-working branch. Private vehicles accessing and hiring cab facilities, some information about that as well. And the final part, we're going to talk about nearby attractions. We have to add 2 to 3 names of popular restaurants, talk about one ATM center, one bank branch which is nearest to the co-working space. Okay. Other important landmarks, example parks, hospital, 5-star hotels, malls, theaters, etc. can also be included in this section. Now this is the structure which we have to follow, okay, in terms of writing. Now also there has to be a certain level of research which we have to conduct to find the nearest metro station, the distance from that particular metro station to the co-working space which you are working with. Okay, the nearest bus stop, how do we identify that? Okay, ATMs, hospitals, etc. So that will come to in a little bit, in a short while. Okay, now you will also see that allocation sheet. Along with that, a sample is given. Okay, now the structure which we talked about here, the sample addresses the same thing. Okay, follows a specific writing pattern. Okay, now if you see the overview, okay, 91 Springboro is one of the largest co-working space providers in India, as the company has hundreds of branches scattered all around the country. The Andheri East Business Center of 91 whatever is located here. You add the address. Okay. Uh, Firmly believes in the aspect of excellence, as the company strives to provide a posh and professional working environment that can be utilized by freelancers and working professionals. So out here we talk about the ambience. Maybe you can talk about the furniture. You can talk about uh, the culture of co-working out here in this section. Here you add the address of the co-working space, and you provide a general introduction about the co-working space which you're talking about. Okay, this is the first paragraph. Now we come to the capacity section. Out here you will see that I have pasted a link, a reference link of where the capacity information is provided. Andheri East branch of 91 Springboard can hold more than 1000 working professionals. So this particular information of 1000 working professionals I have taken from this particular source, okay, from Schneid. Okay. So what I want you to do is, if you guys are providing capacity in terms of numbers, exact capacity, I just want you to paste your reference link, the source link which you are referring to out here, so that we can cross check if it's correct or not. Many a times what happens is, various writers provide inaccurate information, and clients don't really go by it. So we have to back that up with sources and tell them and show them that this is the source that we refer to gain that particular information. So if at all you're providing, specific capacity number, let's say a co-working space can hold 95 individual working professionals, okay, like that. So that particular figure 95, that source which you're referring to, we would be needing that, okay. So in this case you will be pasting your source as well out here, okay. Now you move on to the company's tries to conduct business, whatever additional facilities in terms of dedicated desks, private cabins, flexible desks, and conference rooms are provided. If the company, the co-working space is providing Wi-Fi, parking, electricity, electricity backup, then locker rooms, etc. Additional amenities you can mention out here in this section of capacity. Moving forward to connectivity, out here we are going to talk about the locality in general, okay, and its connectivity, and how it's smooth, how working professionals can smoothly access this area and travel to different points, okay. Now this section is where a lot of research is going to happen, okay. We'll show you, and we'll indicate how we can go about researching about this particular topic out here. But this is how the section is going to be, okay. Out here, if you see, subway trains, the nearest metro station mentioned out here, which is 1 kilometer from the office space. Okay, the name of the metro station and its distance from the co-working space. Uh, the Gautam Nagar bus stop. This is the nearest bus stop, which is only 200 meters away. So if you see, the information is very precise out here, right? Very very precise, and it's very informative, so the reader can get a proper idea of what they can expect if they choose to work in this co-working space. All right, now the final thing is nearby attractions, where we are going to add, talk about different restaurants, banking services, ATMs, then malls, hospitals, other infrastructural landmarks that surround the area, okay. So this is the entire structure which you guys have to follow. Each and every structure must be present in the file. And if you check the word count for this particular sample, it's 326. The target word count for you guys is minimum of 250 words, so somewhere between 250 to 270 would suffice. Now I'm just going to share a video, okay, where it's going to where it's highlighted on how to conduct your research, okay. Because if you see that distance is given, then the closest metro station is given, how do you think that we are generating that information? For that, a specific type of research needs to be conducted, and since this assignment is a little intricate, and you have to follow some research method to find out what is closest to what particular co-working space, we have already created a video which was done previously, so I'll just play that in this particular video. So it's going to be loop of another video, and it will help you to gain more information about the assignment. This is your allocation sheet, okay. If you see that the serial number is given, co-working branch name is given, okay, the address is already given, so you guys don't have to search for address. The guideline link, okay, this basically talks about uh, the entire thing which the mail shares, but just in detail. You guys can go through it. The word count is given, writer name and deadline is given, okay. So everything is shared. Now I will just go through the video section, so that the researching part is clear to you guys. Just 1 second. Address, How to research for DG assignment. We have noticed that you guys are making a lot of mistakes in terms of, the data which you guys are providing. First of all, it's incorrect, and second of all, you guys are getting confused as to what information is to be incorporated in each file. So I will just take the example of Srimun. I think serial number 10. Let's take WaveX Cowork, which is in Jaipur. So first of all, we have to look for the capacity of the co-working space. Now, how do we go about doing that? First of all the guideline links have been provided here. So first thing which we are going to do is check the guideline link. Okay. There are a few reference links also attached to the guideline, doc in itself. So if you just go through that, I'm pretty sure you might just get, the co-working space capacity. If not, then I will show you how to track it. Let's say I open one link which is coworker. If at all any information about the total co-working space, the capacity is provided, we are going to use it. If not, then we will search on Google independently. Anyway, so how do we go about searching on Google? Let's say you will just paste the co-working space and its name and type in capacity. This should be your keyword, okay, when it comes to capacity search. Okay. Just press enter and hopefully we should get the capacity of the co-working space. Again, co-worker. Okay, so the capacity of this particular company, it's not available. So what happens when the capacity is not available? We are just going to write a very general answer and say that the company is currently in its growth phase, right? And it's trying to accommodate maximum number of working professionals within the business center. Okay, so just without saying that the capacity is unknown or the data for the capacity is not available, it is going to say that the company is currently going through a growth stage, or the company is still relatively new in the market and is trying to accommodate maximum number of working professionals within its four walls, and present it in a different way in every assignment. Okay, now after solving the issue of capacity, we will move on to the connectivity thing, right? First of all, what are the things do we need for the connectivity section? First is the railway station, second is the bus stop, right? Now if you just type in on Google, okay, the co-working space name, right, this section, the Google review section, you will see a map out here, right? So what we want you to do is click on it. All the information regarding railway station, bus stops, restaurants, banks, etc. will all be available from this map section. Right. Okay. So the address is also available here. If you see the nearby section here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. Okay. Then after clicking on nearby on the search bar in itself, okay, after clicking on nearby on the search bar, type in railway station or railway station. Okay. If you see, automatically the closest railway stations have been highlighted. Okay. Now this is a railway station, this is a railway station, this is a railway station. What we want you to do is, change the route preview into walking. Okay, that will give you accurate direction and distance from the co-working space. So Ramnagar, yeah, Ramnagar subway station. Okay, it's about 850 meters. Okay, if you see this section, keep your eye out. It will take 10 minutes and 850 meters away from the co-working space. And civil lines, it's 1.4 kilometers away and it'll take 18. So which is the closest metro station is Ramnagar. Okay, so automatically you guys are going to write the closest metro station or the closest railway station to XYZ place is XYZ. After conducting a research like this, and also state the distance. Okay, distance will be seen out here in this section. I cannot, as soon as I move my mouse, the distance thing goes away. But just keep an eye out. It's 10 minutes and 850 meters away, right? So that takes care of railway station. Now go back again to WaveX Cowork, the main page, right? Similarly, I want you guys to search for bus stops. Okay, again the nearby option is going to come, so click on that again and type in bus stops, right? I'll show it again. Yeah, okay, nearby, click on that bus stop or bus stop, enter. Okay, so the nearest bus stop is again Ramnagar bus stop, which is 500 meters, and again changing it to walking, it will take me 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes to cover 500 meters, right? So this is how you go about searching. I'll go back again and then show you guys restaurants. How do you search for restaurants? Nearby, click on this again, then restaurants. Yeah. So many restaurants are available. Always, like I already mentioned, try to pick relevant restaurants rather than dhabas or small little eateries. Like this is a small eatery. I prefer not taking this. Uh, Anyway, you guys get the idea, right? I hope it's pretty clear. It's all the information will be provided in the nearby section. What you have to do is go out there and type in what you're looking for. Simultaneously, the same thing will apply to banks as well. Okay. Yeah. Let's try and search for banks. If you see, there are two ATMs near the co-working space. Okay. One is State Bank of India ATM, and another is ICICI Bank ATM. So obviously the State Bank ATM is closer. It is 400 meters away. A banking branch of State Bank is present. Axis Bank ATM is here. So only the nearest locations you have to figure out and include the information. Moreover, close by other attractions or important landmarks, you can just figure out from the map in itself. Let's say I can see a hospital here, or maybe a movie theater here or there. Okay, there's a Sai Baba Mandir here. There's a hospital here. Then, yeah. So you guys get the idea, I hope. So this is exactly how you guys should conduct your research. And what we were finding is a lot of wrong information about various bus stops, about various uh, railway stations, which was not relevant at all. So if you just follow this technique, it's pretty simple. It should not take much time, and once you get a hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. So follow this and get back to me if you have any other queries or any other doubts. Okay. Thank you so much. Right. So that was the research bit that we were talking about and we are trying to implement. So for capacity, again, try to search for capacity. If you cannot find the capacity, we have also mentioned in the mail. Okay. If capacity info is not available on Schneed or any other website which you are referring to, Then try the company website. If that is not possible as well, then uh, compose a general sentence and state that the company is in its growth phase and is presently, looking to expand. So that is a general sentence you're going to provide, and if at all you guys are providing capacity, you're going to back it up with a reference link. Okay, research about different places, connectivity, etc. Everything, it was just played through that particular video. This is basically it. Try to have this done as soon as possible. Please make sure that there is no plagiarism apart from the address. Nothing else should be copy pasted. Everything should be done researched from scratch. And again, in case of any doubt, please get back to us. We've tried to make things as easy, as simple as possible for you guys. And yeah, implement whatever is shared in this particular video. Uh, and follow the instructions specifically. Thank you so much. That'll be all for this.